Thank you very much for joining this webinar about AISME training, AISME, training program and AI applied to manufacturing for industrial SMEs. We will start with a global presentation and an overview of what is AISME, AISME training program made by AISME project coordinator Vinicius Afonso de Carvalho, educational engineer at Grenoble INP Génie Industriel. Then the different course modules will be presented to you by our different training content designers. So Arthur Freitas Goncalves, research scientist at the Faculty of Engineering of University of Porto. Dilek Justegor, senior lecturer at the Faculty of Science and Engineering of University of Groningen. And Idriss Alaoui Amini, data scientist for Grenoble INP Génie Industriel. And finally, we will explain you how to join AISME program, because of course, after this presentation, you will absolutely want to join our courses offer. So I will now give the floor to Vinicius for the presentation of what is AISME. And of course, don't hesitate to ask your question within the chat during the whole webinar. We will take a few time at the end of the event to answer to all the questions.
Okay, so first of all, good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for being here today. I would like to also thank our colleagues, Dilek, Arthur, Idriss, and Cyril for organizing everything, and also Jennifer that is doing a great work organizing everything to be everything in line. Thank you everybody for being here today. And yes, I am Vinicius Afonso de Carvalho. I am the leader of this beautiful project, and it's a pleasure to me to speak a little about this initiative and understand what is AISME and why we are doing this great work. So if we can start the presentation with the next slides. So in a few words, AISME is a European project. It is funded by EIT Manufacturing and the European Union, and it is a project of international proportions. Okay, here with us we have people from all over Europe. We have a total of 7 partners. Okay, 7 partners between SMEs, competence centers, and also universities. Just a quick presentation of all of them that will speak with you later in this presentation. So we have Porto from Portugal. We have Aerospace Valley, ISP Systems, and Grenoble INP from France. We have University of Groningen from Netherlands, and also Intec Centres and Technogaja from Lithuania. So we are all over Europe. We have most of them here with us today. So that's why we're speaking English. This is a proper international webinar with you. So if we can move on. Concretely, AISME. What is it about? It stands for Supporting AI Solutions in Small and Medium Enterprises. We have as the main objective guide the European SMEs through the digital transformation in their business. Okay, and we try to achieve these objectives through training. So we achieve our goal through training, and it's a training from SMEs to SMEs. We base our cases in our courses in real industrial problems gathered from SMEs to present you a course that will really answer to your specific needs. If we can move on. But first of all, it's important to understand why we are doing this. So let's start with why. Why this initiative, this project, this course really exists. So AI is deemed the key enabling technology for Industry 4.0 to support workers in manufacturing operations. And by key enabling technology of Industry 4.0, yes, now through AI, we have lots of different applications. It is now possible to have database predictive maintenance, image recognition for quality control, database demand forecasting, and much other applications that we're going to speak a little bit more after my initial presentation. And support workers in manufacturing operations. That is to say that this digital transformation is opportunity for all of us. And by all, I mean big companies, but also small and medium enterprises, and most of all, for people, for workers that work inside SMEs, big companies, and also individual workers. But having these AI projects implemented in business, small business, medium business, big business, it is not that easy, it's not that simple, right? We identified the need of having them because of these digital transformation going on, but we do not understand really well how we can do this in our business. It's a little bit complicated. We do have lots of buyers that do not allow us to just implement those projects. We have lack of AI-related benefits, awareness. We have shortage of digital skills. We have a high internalization costs and little evidence on return of investment. There are just a few barriers that back us from having those projects internalized in our business, right? And those barriers, they are even bigger for small and medium companies. To overcome those barriers, training is crucial to make this digital transformation, right? We have to train decision makers in order to rethink the process to receive AI, in order to really restructure the productive process, in order to enable this process to receive those AI inputs and tools, but also to train the operators that will, in a daily basis, interpret algorithms and learn new ways of working with these new technologies that AI presents us. Now, concretely, what is AISME? After having this first presentation regarding the whys of our initiative, AISME is a course. It's a full training made from SMEs to ASMEs. The project aims at training managers, engineers, technicians that are working in SMEs in key subjects to guide manufacturing SMEs to implement sustainable AI solutions. We have a total of 4 courses that start from use cases that are tailored with innovative pedagogical approach suitable from SME workers. So we start from industrial use cases, and we developed 4 different courses that we are going to present to you in more detail later. But we have these 4 courses. The first one is the Essentials of AI in Manufacturing, which is a transversal course. That is to say that this first course will present to you all the backbone, all the general overview about the AI projects and everything that you need to know in order to evaluate the feasibility of AI projects in your business. And then we have other 3 specific modules: explainability in AI systems, safety and reliability in AI systems, and maintainability in AI systems, that, as the name itself already says, they are specific courses. They target specific problems that you may face in your daily challenge of implementing AI solutions in your business. And all these 4 courses, they are the full AISME courses, okay? Just remembering that our delivery, they are tailored for SMEs in a way that you can choose between those courses exactly those who you need to follow to answer your problems, okay? So you don't need to follow all the 4 courses that we present. You can just pick those that respond to your more specific needs, okay? Now, just a real quick overview about the courses itself. So we have Essentials of AI for Manufacturing that helps any professional to either learn, remember, or reinforce their knowledge in artificial intelligence and machine learning. We have Explainability in AI Systems, in which the learner will observe how we can apply innovative techniques in industrial data so they can leverage and improve decision-making on real business. We have Safety and Reliability in AI Systems, with the objective to train, develop, and deploy AI systems that would be both safe and reliable for both operations and people. And we have the maintainability of AI systems, in which the deployment of the AI models that will develop and monitor the systems. So those are the main outcomes of each one of those specific courses. Now, concretely, we have this course. How does it work concretely? Upon subscription, the learner gains access to both asynchronous and synchronous courses. That is to say that we have online material that is available for you every day of the week and every moment of the day. That's why we say that this training is tailored for employees, SMEs, workers, and people that have already an activity, because you can go through the asynchronous courses that are delivered in the EIT Manufacturing online platform that is called SkillsMove, and consume these asynchronous courses when you want, at the moment you want, and the pace that you want. Regarding the asynchronous courses, the learner can consume the online material for the course that he chooses at every moment, having 1 month to complete them, okay? And consuming all this asynchronous material that is available online is a requirement to participate at the synchronous part of the course. And I'm going to explain you now in the next slide. So the synchronous courses are 2 hours online meetings with the responsible professors that we have the pleasure to be here with you today to present their courses. The meetings, they will focus on answering your questions and provide your further application about the content that you learned in your asynchronous activities, okay? And the meetings will be held every 2 weeks, so you are free to choose the best moment to participate. During all the course, you can every 2 weeks go there and have these exchange moments with the professor, participate just 1 time, 2 times, at the beginning, at the end. That's up to you to choose the best moments for you, for your learning progress, okay? And I believe that was all for the first presentation of the overview of this beautiful project. And I would like now to welcome our colleague Arthur from Porto to present the first learning path. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vinicius. And moving on from your beautiful presentation, I now introduce the transversal course, Essentials of AI for Manufacturing. As you can see in the next slide, the target of these Essentials of AI learning path is mostly to help anyone and everyone who's attending the AISME courses to have the required knowledge in Python, in machine learning, so that they can successfully attend the remaining courses. So as a prerequisite for these Essentials of AI, all you need to know is the basic syntax from Python, such as loops, functions, if-else statements, mostly logic behind the syntax and the coding that is the backbone of AI implementations. As this proficiency level that we intend to offer our students is at the foundation up to the intermediate level. And intermediate level because, as you will see in the following slides, this is not just theoretical. This is not just showing what could happen if you implement AI solutions in your enterprise. As a starter point, we will present you how AI and machine learning is being implemented in several scenarios across manufacturing industries. And we will couple that in our introductory section with algorithms and their applications in manufacturing. So you will have the opportunity not only to see use cases, but also to see how those use cases are built upon. But this is not enough. That is why we will then introduce to you the methodology. And the methodology we selected is one of the most, if not the most, used methodology worldwide in terms of AI and machine learning applications, which is CRISP-DM. This methodology is used widely to provide the capability of the company, the user, the AI practitioner to extract data, understand that data, produce the required knowledge and information for a model to train on, and then be useful in the production line, in the supply chain, in any aspect of the company that you feel that it could help and become critical to change the way the company is working and become more efficient. So after showing you how CRISP-DM is built upon, we present you each stage of this methodology. We will start by showing you how you could understand and acknowledge what kind of data and how it is related with your business. Then we will show you and present you some techniques, some tools that can help you, not only to clean and prepare the data, but mostly to make it usable for AI applications in the future. And we will finish this section of data by presenting you a task nugget. This task will encompass all the techniques, all the tools that we presented you so far in this learning content, so that you can not only know, learn, recognize, but also apply the knowledge in real life scenario. We will have for you an example of real data from a real company that you can use and apply the techniques that we will present you this course. Then, after this, we will go for the modeling stage. At this point, you already know how to deal with data, how to handle it, but you still have the need to introduce that data into a model, and which algorithm will go with that model, and how will you evaluate the quality of that model according to the use case, to the reality that you need to work on in your company. And this is where you will receive that knowledge, that information. And just like the previous steps, you will also finish this section by exploring a real case scenario, again with real data, and using that data to produce a model, evaluate it, and explore the capabilities of AI in a real-life manufacturing scenario. At last, but not least, you will have a summative assessment. This summative assessment will allow you to earn a certificate, a label certificate from EIT Manufacturing, which confers you with the recognition that you have learned and applied all the knowledge in this learning path, and you are now then free to move to the next free courses.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Arthur. I think this is my turn. So I prepared a few slides today to present what the maintainability of AI system learning path is about. So we will discuss what is maintainability of an AI system, and especially I will try to shed light on the many decisions that maintainability entails. If we can move to the next slide, thank you. So what makes an AI system or a machine learning model maintainable? If we look at the life cycle of a machine learning project for the manufacturing industry, we see many stages, and some of them my colleague Arthur just mentioned. But everything basically starts with a business problem, right? So first we need to define the scope of the project that will solve the problem. After the project is defined, we need to collect, clean, and process the data. And next comes the modeling step, where we build the models and select the best one through validation. Can we say now that the business problem is solved? Well, not really, because yes, you have a Jupyter notebook in hand with your model, but now you need to make this model available to users. In other words, you need to serve your model, where you basically decide the serving architecture and the infrastructure, and you deploy the trained machine learning model. After deploying the machine learning models, there are multiple challenges that can be faced, especially in manufacturing systems and environments. These challenges, if not handled properly, they will deteriorate the performance of the models, thus making the AI solution of very short lifetime. And who wants that, right? So monitoring is a critical step to add to the workflow in production, which is essential in making the system maintainable. What does the monitoring step do? This is where various data are observed and logged. Further, these data are transformed into actionable alerts, meaning they indicate when the system performance degrades. Now let us assume that you have detected drift, which has led to model decay. What can you do about it? It is necessary to retrain the model, ensuring that an acceptable performance level is reached again. And this is how we close the whole life cycle. But it is not straightforward. There are many decisions in this workflow related to the maintainability of a machine learning system. Namely, starting from deployment, all the serving decisions that are made in the light of operational and performance metrics. Then the decisions related to the monitoring step. Which signal are we going to monitor? How to test the metrics? When to trigger a retrain? Also, when to trigger retrain. Once retraining is triggered, how to develop a new training data set? How to retrain the model? And when it is time to deploy the new version of the model, how to deploy to ensure that production performance is not disrupted. So asking my initial question again, what is maintainability of an AI system? What makes a machine learning or an AI system maintainable is a continuous learning process, which consists of consistently assessing the performance of the machine learning model in order to adjust it when it drops. In other words, what makes a machine learning model maintainable is the infrastructure and the mechanism that enable this. And this is what we're going to learn in the learning path, maintainability learning path, through 15 learning units, and especially 3 tasks defined on real life use case where you will get hands-on experience and you will be able to answer all these questions that I highlighted in the slide. And I'm looking forward to meeting you all online for the lectures.
Okay, hello everyone, and you'll see that the hello everyone is the one that comes back very often in my videos and my nuggets. So you can have 10 seconds to breathe if you want to before we start making a presentation about the next learning path, that is safety and reliability of AI systems. So I'm going to give you a short presentation about what it is about and what you should actually learn and do during the learning path. So yeah, what are the main learning outcomes of this learning path that we have? The first is to give you a broad understanding, okay, and give you of the machine learning parts. And first is to give you the ability to train, evaluate, and compare your machine learning and AI algorithms. So you see there is a link between what we are going to see and what Dilek or Arthur have presented. And the main notion here will be generalization. The generalization is the concept in machine learning that allows your models to make predictions on unseen data. This is the whole point and the core concept of the technology. Now, once you have seen this part, and the point is also to teach you and show you the main security threats faced by machine learning or AI systems and how to mitigate them. And in here, we introduce the second fundamental notion of the learning path. It's robustness. And robustness is how do you want to make your machine learning models not only able to generalize and make accurate predictions, but also to resist potential threats. And we will see this through the presentation of threats, and whether they are at training time or whether they are at deployment time. So at the end, the purpose of the learning path and what you should be able to understand is precisely the interaction between how you want to make your model generalize and how you train them, what methods do you use for that, and how do you evaluate it with the metrics, and how do you make them robust. That's the whole point, if you want, of the learning path. So the content of the learning path is, of course, you have the prerequisites that would be at least the essentials of AI for manufacturing, and nothing much more, because all the crucial concept will be explained. Once you have this prerequisite, you can have we have some presentations about the introduction and the context. It should appear in the next, yes, this one. So in the introduction, you have a path presentation and the presentation of the use case of ISP system that we will use. And the context, we will introduce you to the safety and reliability part, show to you what we mean by trust and trustworthy AI in general, and of course, give you an understanding of the threats to AI systems using both a machine learning and cybersecurity framework, so that you can make the link between the two, because in here we talk about security threats to AI systems. So once we have the introduction and the context, the first important and the most important in the core of the learning path, if I may, is the technical part. And in the technical part, you have basically two most important parts: the generalization part, where you will get the explanation and going back to the core concepts and how it works, what it does, what we mean by generalization, and how do we evaluate it during the slides. You can finish with of course, you have formative assessments all throughout the training, and you have a task nugget at the end of generalization, in which you will handle a Jupyter notebook and actually really train and use the technology and Python and train your machine learning models and evaluate them. You also have the part about reproducibility, where you will see that documenting your machine learning systems is as important than having safe and secure them, because it allows to make them safe and secure. And the final part of the technical part is robustness, that is divided into several videos, in which you will be given an introduction and presentation of the main threats faced by AI systems. And once you have that, you have a conclusion, and the conclusion is to actually wrap everything all together. And of course, you will have a summative assessment in order to just make sure that you get the basics. So yeah, the main topics in here, it's written in black and we cannot really see it, but in the learning path topics are three, basically. There is, of course, the core part is the machine learning part, because in here we talk about machine learning, so you should be able, generalization is at the core of everything. That's really the center of focus, and robustness, you will see, it depends on it, and it interacts with it. And once you have that machine learning part, we also talk a bit about the cybersecurity, but cybersecurity will only be seen throughout machine learning. Of course, you will be given a broad understanding and the main frameworks for at least classifying different attacks on machine learning in the cybersecurity framework, but this will only be seen within the machine learning part. And of course, if we just go back to the next slide, you have the management part. But for the moment, in the first iteration, we will mainly talk about the technical aspects, meaning machine learning and cybersecurity and how it works, and presenting the different parts of it. And the management part will be left for second iteration, because it will be important, but not for now. We do not talk about it for the moment. So what is this learning path about? It's about giving you the fundamental notions of ML and cybersecurity for machine learning, especially. It is about giving you access to research topics in cybersecurity for AI ML, So everyone should find it interesting, whether you're the CEO of your company, or you are a process engineer, or even if you are a research engineer or data scientist, you will have access to this knowledge. I think that everyone can find interest in it. It is not about making you a professional data scientist or AI cybersecurity expert, but it should give you a broad idea with hands-on experience of the topic what we talk about. That's a good starting point, and you will be able to have nice conversation with the technicians if you want to after that. So everyone is welcome with minimum requirements. Of course, you just have to find interest in it, and that's the point. And finally, yeah, just for your information, you can already register to the learning path in skills.move, and there are 3 synchronous sessions with me. The first one starts on next Thursday, this one on November 30th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And the other ones are every 2 weeks for the next 3 sessions. And of course, all questions, remarks, and constructive criticism will be welcome from you. Though I highly recommend that you watch the course content so that we can do also the activities, and especially the task nugget, so we can make discussion and interactions a lot more interesting during the synchronous sessions. Thank you.
And last but not least, off to explainability in artificial intelligence systems. So as we saw before, this is one of the more advanced intermediate level learning paths. So as a prerequisite, you are expected to have concluded by this point the essentials of AI in manufacturing learning path. Also, by now, you should already have a basic knowledge of AI and machine learning and an intermediate knowledge of Python syntax. Regarding the course itself, as an introduction, you might be wondering at this point, why are we going for introduction, as we see in the next slide, to explainability in artificial intelligence, but in machine learning and manufacturing? In the next slide, as we can see, the introductory, we can see that this explainability has 2 main groups. There are those models who are quite transparent in their nature in terms of understanding the outputs and the internal construction of the model, and those who are labeled as black box models. So both, to be understandable, to be interpretable, require different techniques, different tools. And now you might be wondering, oh, but my sensors and my machines will never likely go to my CEO complain about discrimination. But actually, that is not the type of interpretation and explainability that we are looking for when we are applying these techniques that are becoming very popular in other means into manufacturing. Actually, in manufacturing, we are dealing with inefficiencies, with inconsistencies, with lack of understanding on certain production moments, such as defect production, that we need to understand. And this is where these tools and techniques come into play. And as you can see, from those models that are easily understandable, they are called interpretable models. They are easy and transparent to understand their outputs, the decision-making that they are offering us. And with this, we not only offer you an opportunity to understand which ones are those that have these characteristics, but also give you a task moment where you can apply the techniques and the tools that we are teaching you in a real data, in a real manufacturing scenario. But though these techniques are useful in many cases and many scenarios, they are not 100% of the opportunities and the possibilities of AI implementations in your shopping floor, in your factories. So we need also to look at the implementation section, where you can see where the next slide shows that the black box models require additional tools, additional techniques, so that you can understand what, for example, a neural network, which is a very popular implementation of AI nowadays, not only in real life manufacturing and other industries, but also in the social media and and widely spread and discussed. So we offer you the opportunity to explore some tools that allow you to understand a little bit of what is going on inside those big black boxes that can be implemented in your business. Now, this is only useful if you not only learn the theory and the techniques, but also apply them. And once again, by the end of this section, you will have another task where you grapple some data and pick up the knowledge that you have acquired to understand how to implement it in another use case in a manufacturing scenario. All of these, once again, even though we are dealing with manufacturing, even though we are dealing with machines, we also need to concern about ethics and society in these scenarios. Even though there is no discrimination to machines, even though there is no problems and no complaints from sensors, the issue that this could arise can have an impact still in the bias and the fairness, and also the privacy and transparency that your AI implementations might have in your business. They can affect your co-workers. They can affect the relationships that you might have with clients, suppliers, and other competitors. So it is very crucial that you are aware of the impacts, positive and negatives, that any implementation that you might have in your company could have in the downline in your own business. It could even ruin the relationships that you might have with any of those stakeholders. So it is essential that you are given tools and techniques and knowledge on these topics so that you are fully aware of implementing successful AI implementations, understand them, and understand also their impacts on you and others. And as a conclusion, just like before, we will offer you the summative assessment and also a brief overview on emerging trends and research that is being explored in this topic, particular topic inside AI, and how it could implement novel solutions in manufacturing itself. And this is it. I hope you enjoy all the 4 courses from AISME. Vinicius, off to you.
Yes, great thanks for all the colleagues from all over Europe that could join us today. Thank you, Inris. Thank you, Dilek. Thank you, Arthur, for all this wonderful presentation regarding all the topics that you're going to present in this course. And well, after presenting you everything that is related to the project organization, the partners, why we are doing these courses, what are the main needs, and presenting all the courses in depth to you. Okay, how do I join this course? How do I join AISME? How can I make part of this history together with us? So in practical terms, the official AISME courses, they will start on the first semester of 2024. It will be obviously a paid course, but if we can go to the yes, but for 2023, we are currently running our pilots until the end of December, the 24th of December, for free. And this is just the opportunity for 2024 in order to have access to all this content for free in 2023. But why we're doing this? And let me explain in the next slide what is this pilot for. So the objective of this pilot is to test our solution that is already made and receive feedback from you to keep improving our courses for the 2024 session. Okay, feedbacks regarding the quality of the course, if the topics, the interactions with the professors, the cost of the course, everything, we need your feedback. That's why for us, it is very important to have your feedback. And that's why in this first moment, we are providing you this great course for free in 2023. Now, concretely, to subscribe to those pilots, there is just one thing that needs to be done. You just need to fulfill the forms that is being shared with you in the chat with your information. So email, name, the company that you work with, and what are the courses that you want to subscribe. And then by having this subscription, you will be followed by all the subscription steps, which consists mainly in having your account on this online platform to have access to all the courses that we produce in there and everything else. So it's very straightforward. To start, you just need to answer to these very short forms that we shared with you on the chat. I believe it has been shared or is being shared very soon. And for the next slides to closure. For further information, please also access our LinkedIn page, our website, and also our page on UIT Manufacturing website. Here you have just a screenshot of the site that we have in a UIT Manufacturing website with the video that we also developed in there. Go there, click to see a bit more about the size of the project, the internalization of this project. And here we go. Now we have the links appearing. That's great. And to understand a little bit more about this course, okay, if you need any further information. And from our side, that was all that we would like to share with you today. So thank you everyone for your patience, for being here today with us. And now we are all of us open for questions, open to have a very good discussion with you regarding the topics, the functioning, durations, and everything that you would like to know a little bit more about this course. Okay, thank you, and we are open for questions now.
Thank you very much, Vinicius, and thank you to all of you for this great presentation. So we have a first question related to the more how you structured the courses. You mentioned that the courses rely on real use cases. Can you be a bit more specific about how you built these courses, and which kind of use case did you use to construct the content of the courses?
Yes, of course. If any one of the partners wants also to answer, but I have a general question regarding the global functioning of the courses. So regarding the courses structure itself, so we have 4 courses, and a first one which is Essentials of AI, that explains the overview of the knowledge itself and allows you to better understand what the specific courses will explain to you after all. So the idea is having this first course to give you a hint and put you in the right level to so then you can have all the necessary keywords, the necessary contact with the tools, how to get in touch with Python, all the tools that we're going to use in the specific courses, and then later on you can apply those tools inside of the specific learning paths. Now, the second question regarding the use case itself, we have 2 partners that are actually SMEs. So we have AISME Systems in France, and we have Technogaja from Lithuania, and all the project members traveled to those business, and we stayed 2 days there to really understand what are the use cases, what are the needs, what are the difficulties, and translates all these use cases into our learning paths. Okay, those use cases are the basis of it. So we start our learning paths by presenting you this use case. What are the challenges? What are the main challenges that you need to transpass in order to solve these specific use cases? And then we have tasks, applied exercises, also based in exploring the data that we recovered from these use cases, and make all the manipulations and find solutions for the problem that the use case is presenting. Okay, so regarding for instance, just to give an example, those 4 AISME Systems from France is a photomatic machine, right? So we have a optimization problem for the alignment of some axes in order for the calibration of a specific product that needs to be done. There is some time constraints, so the alignment of these axes needs to be done in a specific moment of a specific duration, and you have also a constraint regarding the quality. the quality, let's say the precision of the alignment, right? So you have these two variables that you need to optimize. That is the precision and also the time for the conversions. And you need to use those different tools that we're going to teach you in order to find a optimal solution for these use cases. Okay, so this is just one example that came into my mind now to illustrate the use case application. But I believe I answered your question. If not, please let us know. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think that was quite clear and detailed. And as you said, all the training program is made for SME and made by SME, of course. So this is why it is fully relevant. And we have a second question more related to the who can access to the modules. Even if it's made for, of course, manufacturing SMEs and people working in that kind of environment, is it, according to you, relevant for, let's say, other kind of people that are not related to the directly related to the manufacturing environment? For example, engineering students that are not working in an SME right now, or more for other kind of SME that are, of course, related to the value chain of the manufacturing and industrial SMEs, but for example, software development SMEs or another kind of service provider.
Well, yes, of course. It's actually it's very good to have this question after this first one, because the main structure and the idea of the project was to construct the course based in very specific use cases. So, for instance, this use case that I just explained you, it's really a precise one. It's just one specific use cases, but also, we are not going to, the objective of the course is not to answer to that specific use case of that enterprise that is our partner, but explain to you what are the tools that you could use to answer, for instance, this use case, but also how we can generalize this problematic for other applications in AI in different fields. So by answering your question is yes, of course. We have maintainability in AI systems, explainability, safety, and reliability that has applications in many other fields of knowledge and industry. Why we focus in manufacturing is because we belong to this project that is sponsored by AIT Manufacturing, which is a European organism that targets the development of courses for manufacturing. That's why we say manufacturing, but not at all. Artificial intelligence and the course that we need, we cannot restrain to manufacturing applications only. They are applied in several fields. So of course, students that want to enjoy the courses, they can enjoy and they can profit from this. Manufacturing, small companies, big companies, and not enterprises that are just working with manufacturing directly. Of course, they can profit from the course and everything that we can explore about this. Yes, of course.
Okay, so yeah, large range of profiles are most welcome to use and to join the courses. So yeah, thank you, Vinicius, for this all the details. We have no more questions, so I guess that was all your interventions were really clear. So thank you very much for that. So if you have, I don't know, a sentence or a word to conclude this this webinar, please.
Yeah, so I would just I recovered the screen for me. Now I just want to once again thank you everyone for being here. We have once again partners from all over Europe, different time schedules, so people that woke up really early for being here today with us. And thank you every one of the participants for having joined and paying attention to everything. We hope that our explanations were precise, that you felt that it touches your challenges. If not, we would also invite you to be part of this course and give us feedback. Okay, when I say that we are doing this pilots for receiving your feedbacks, that's it's the truth. We want you to be there, to subscribe, to follow the courses, and if it doesn't correspond to your needs, please tell us, so then we can offer a better course in 2024 and keep evolving as course and as a partnership with you. Okay, so thank you very much once again, and well, that was all for us. Thank you, Cyril. Thank you, Jennifer, for also having organized very, very well all this webinar. It was a great pleasure.
Perfect. Then, yeah, I guess we can close the webinar here. Thank you again to all our team, AISME team, for the great presentation, and to all the people that joined this event. Thank you very much, and yeah, wish you a nice day.